Thank you, Kathleen. Dear digital natives, dear digital immigrants, and you may choose which group you would like to belong to, dear colleagues and distinguished guests. Good morning and welcome to all of you to the conference Moving Target Digitalization, Increasing the Impact of Internationalization in Higher Education. This goes out to you here on site and to all of you who are connected virtually from all over the world. After the wonderful opening last night at the Berlin Museum of Communication, it is a great pleasure for me to start the first full day of the conference together with you here at the Berlin-Brandenburg Academy of Science and Humanities. My name is Michael Harms. I am Deputy Secretary General of the DAAD, and I am welcoming you on the behalf of the world's largest funding organization for the international exchange of students and researchers, an organization that not only awards scholarships but also provides funding for international higher education projects and expertise on international academic cooperation. The topic of digitalization has numerous overlaps with the internationalization of higher education institutions. For the DAAD, digitalization offers the opportunity to rethink the promotion of mobility and cooperation and to exploit the emerging potential for the internationalization of higher education institutions. New technologies allow us to unlock valuable potential for new forms of exchange and the creation of corresponding programs with integrated digital activities. We need to think about new exchange formats that combine physical mobility and virtual cooperation opportunities. Digitalization is multifaceted and serves different purposes in different contexts. It is, for example, a driving force for change management, an instrument for the mediation of future skills and intercultural competencies, but it can also be a tool for emergency teaching in times of crises. These areas illustrate that social and technological and transformation goes hand in hand with the digitalization and is, of course, also reflected in the activities of the DAAD. Let me mention the IMKD program, for example, generously funded by the German Ministry of Education and Research, BMBF. It sets new standards in linking internationalization and digitalization at German universities. The focus of the funded projects is what we like to call the student journey. The project supports and expands the cycle with digital elements, for example, through online study offers, through the expansion of the digital service, infrastructure for student exchange and transnational teaching, or through the improvement of digital student administration. Another example is the IP Digital program, again financed by the BMBF, with which the DAAD is funding the digitalization of internationally oriented master's programs. We are certain that these modern and attractive forward-looking programs will benefit Germany as a place and study destination. In addition, under the DAAD umbrella, there are a number of digitalization projects going on, and I would like to mention a few of them. They seek to increase, expand, and support the impact of internationalization through digitalizations. Just to name a few of them, Vorsprung is one of them for digital study preparation at home, a rather strange acronym called DBAW, which stands for Digital Credentials for Higher Education Institutions, or OpenU, online pedagogical resources for European universities, or the Bildungsraum Digital, BIRD, and the Digital Campus, both connecting existing education infrastructures in Germany and beyond. At this point, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our partners in the various projects, who are also actively involved in the preparation and implementation of this conference. And I would like to mention another very special example here, in view of the brutal Russian war of aggression on Ukraine and its devastating consequences on the civil society in the country and its higher education landscape. The opportunities that digitalization offers us are here also a source of hope and resilience. With the program Ukraine Digital, ensuring academic success in times of crises, we are supporting digital teaching and learning platforms between German and Ukrainian universities. In this manner, we are contributing to the continuation of academic careers and the maintenance of teaching and research despite the severely limited opportunities for cooperation in the times of war and crisis. Internationalization and digitalization are highly complex and incredibly multi-layered issues. In order to address them in the best possible way, that is in a practical manner, this conference has focused on 4 thematic tracks. 1, virtual exchange and blended mobility. 2, digital credentials and trust networks. 3, European strategies for digital education. And 4, linking digital education services. Today, on our 4th conference day, this program will primarily revolve around questions of digital credentials and virtual exchange. Tomorrow, European strategies and digital education services will take the center stage. Let me take a moment to talk about the first topic, the first focus topic of today, which is virtual exchange and blended mobility. Virtual exchange is a wonderful tool to promote international exchange. It provides an interactive and cooperation-based bridge to the world and enables the systematic intensification of international higher education. That's why we at DAAD are proud to be able to support a total of 122 IVAC projects, both to provide practical support for teachers and to accompany the higher education institutions strategically. The acronym IVAC stands for International Virtual Academic Collaboration, and thus the program aims to build and expand international higher education partnerships and global mobility by tapping into digital opportunities. IVAC runs until 2023 and is also funded by the BMBF. The program promotes and supports the integration of virtual cooperation formats in degree programs within the framework of international cooperation in teaching. In doing so, it contributes to the development of digital competences of students and teachers, as well as to the promotion of international opportunities for specific target groups. Thus, those students who may not be personally mobile due to a physical limitation or care obligations can also benefit from international networking. The second focus today is digital credentials and trust networks. And to me, this is a really fascinating area. In the analog world, you receive certificates, licenses, academic awards or other merits from your university on paper. Some institutions already consider themselves innovative when they send electronic copies of certificates to their students by email. Of course, this is far from being the state of art. Digital credentials are digital certificates issued by educational institutions as a proof of authenticity, achievement and learning. They enable the digital processing of educational credentials and other learning artifacts as an essential building block for internationally compatible academic mobility. Building on existing project work, the sessions in this thematic track will today discuss findings on the prerequisites and technical possibilities of an infrastructure that with associated standards for the worldwide interoperable use of digital credentials from the perspective of German universities and beyond. Directly after my short introduction, we will kick off with 2 keynote speeches. The first one, right here on this stage, will be presented by Professor Tim Teubner. He will talk about how, when and why, or why not, people trust institutions in the digital world. The leading question of how trust is created between buyers and sellers on the internet can surely be also applied to fundamental questions within digital education, but also points to a sociological and even anthropological problem. You get the idea. We are going to deal with some of the truly existential and essential questions of the cyber world. I also highly recommend making the journey to stage 2, the Einstein Hall, as Kathleen has described, by following the moving target stickers on the floor in order to listen to Professor Francesca Helm's keynote, Interculturality and Virtual Exchange, Exploring the Evidence Base for Learning. You will be, in other words, be spoiled for choice. And there's more. Our first presentations will start at 10 o'clock on stage 3. Again, you will have to follow the multicolored stickers, and I trust you will actually be able to achieve in doing so. We have 4 parallel stages today, stage 1, 2, 3, and a virtual stage as well, which has an on-site and online workshop. So we will make sure that we keep you busy throughout the entire day and tomorrow. By the way, you can find the current program. It's not on here, but it has been mentioned on our app. You can retrieve the app in the App Store or actually look at it in your browser on DAAD-events.de. And if you have any questions, our conference team wears bluish lanyards, and you can contact them for any organizational questions you may have. One final note, COVID is unfortunately not over yet, so therefore you will find green mask and COVID self-tests in your conference folder, and we recommend that you use both of them. Now it only remains for me to wish all of us a good time with instructive insights and exciting discussions, and I hope that we all have a wonderful moving target digitalization conference today. Thank you very much.